Is Dilireba variety show debut a ratings secret? Chen Xingxu stuttering and smirking throughout the show led netizens to comment, the star-level disparity is too real. Dilireba appeared on Hello Saturday with the cast of Sharp Sword and Rose, and her 360-degree emoji-filled performance blew up the ratings. However, Chen Xingxu is a step behind the times, displaying social anxiety. Tan Jianxi and Yang Di's naturally charming barrage of comments sparked a surge in amusement, while Zhang Li's stiff cheeks sparked heated discussions about plastic surgery. When celebrities faced the camera, the variety show rule of relaxed and natural is the key to popularity was once again proven true. Some attract fans with their genuine nature, while others, seemingly out of place, became mere background material. If you were to ask which variety show has been the most entertaining lately, Hello Saturday would definitely be on the list. Fresh from the airing of Sharp Sword and Rose, Dilireba, with barely 2 days rest, appeared on the show with Chen Xingxu and Zhang Li. This lineup immediately boosted the show's original 30 million views to 60 million, comparable to a stock market limit up. It makes one wonder, did viewers just want to see Dilireba play games, or did they just want to see if a celebrity would fail in their quest for fame? Let's start with the main character, Dilireba. After being absent from the screen for over 3 years, she returned with 2 dramas and even made a presence on the red carpet. On Hello Saturday, she was not only in top form, but also exuded a certain I'm the center aura. The production team was also thoughtful, focusing the camera on her face, unleashing a 360-degree, no dead angle emoji-filled display. One netizen joked, this episode was entirely powered by Dilireba. If it weren't for her, the ratings would have plummeted. But Chen Xingxu, who was also on the set, was a bit embarrassed. He had originally planned to use the opportunity to show his face during promotions for his new drama, but it felt like someone had hit the pause button the entire time. He stumbled over his words, occasionally giggling, and the scene was more tense than a college entrance exam essay. He's always a step behind the times when playing games, earning repeated criticism from He Jian and Yang Di for his poor scores. His social anxiety from Fresh Earth resurfaced, making one wonder if he'd wandered into the wrong set. Looking at Tan Jianxi and Yang Di, one dances with a whimsical, elegant style, the other delivers a fluent, flowing barrage of jokes. Their back and forth is akin to a barrage of comments, creating a joyful atmosphere. Interestingly, whenever the guests engage in the undercover team hunting segment, someone always misinterprets the rules as physics problems. For example, Dilireba even chose a teammate with her back to the camera, prompting He Jian to quip, "Are you so cool you look like a killer from behind?" Chen Xingxu, completely bewildered, couldn't keep up and could only stand in the corner, lost in thought. In fact, viewers have long observed a common pattern in every large-scale group variety show: whoever is more relaxed and natural, and more willing to poke fun at themselves, tends to be the most popular. For example, Tan Jianxi's anxious response to the questions made his facial features dart around, looking even more frantic than those preparing for the postgraduate entrance exam. Meanwhile, Yang Di's impromptu lizard imitation was so fast and accurate, even more agile than the old man walking his dog in the neighborhood next door. It's easy to understand why the production team chose them as team captains. These are the true source of joy. The female cast, on the other hand, was also quite intriguing. On one hand, there was 33-year-old Dilireba, whose wrinkles were barely concealed when she smiled naturally, yet she looked so flattering. On the other hand, 41-year-old Zhang Li's expression was stiff due to her overly plump cheeks, and her wide mouth looked like it could swallow a fist hole. Netizens bluntly commented, "Plastic surgery is good, but don't forget to leave a way out, otherwise your crying scenes in TV dramas will feel like disaster movies." While there are no eternally beautiful girls in the entertainment industry, there are characters who perpetually pursue that youthful vibe. Of course, the biggest topic of this episode was the stark contrast between the guests' status and expressiveness. I thought the male and female leads would spark sparks, but instead, one side was spouting emojis while the other provided background noise. They're clearly all here to promote their new drama, so why is there absolutely no sign of the kind of strong, connected interaction between Sukai and Tianzui? Many fans commented, "Bundling for hype is unacceptable, but each actor acting independently without interaction is too disconnected." From an industry perspective, domestic entertainment variety shows are increasingly prioritizing performance. Relying solely on looks or production quality is no longer enough to satisfy the public. If a star can't quickly adapt to the atmosphere and capture attention with humor or genuine expression, they'll easily be lost amidst the myriad memes and dramatic performances. Furthermore, the star's subtle gestures and details in front of the camera can become fodder for secondary dissemination. Just look at the popular Weibo comments section to see how many people are taking screenshots and creating GIFs, or editing jokes and captions for each guest. This is the magical realism of the age of traffic. As for the solution, it's actually quite simple. On the one hand, management teams should prepare the stars in advance, ensuring they understand the rules and develop improvisational skills to avoid slacking off on the spot. On the other hand, producers can adjust the process appropriately, incorporating more interactive segments rather than simply competing for looks to grab the spotlight. Furthermore, don't force actors who clearly aren't suited to comedic or socializing segments into the program. Consider creating dedicated sections for in-depth interviews or talent showcases, allowing each to showcase their strengths and avoid major setbacks. It's worth noting that fan culture is increasingly mature, and the public's aesthetic standards are becoming more discerning. Those who only act cute and adorable and don't dare to step out of their comfort zone will quickly be replaced by newcomers. Therefore, no matter who enters the entertainment industry, they must learn to swim. Otherwise, they'll just be carried along by the waves, ultimately making barely a splash. This is the heartfelt advice of someone who's personally experienced slacking off in the workplace. Writing this, I suddenly remembered the old saying, 1 minute on stage, 10 years of hard work off stage. Yet, many idols these days are willing to practice 10 years of hard work for just 1 minute, then use 10 seconds of witty wit to fool the audience. But her audience is really that easy to fool. Even a simple game or a nonsensical answer can reveal your true abilities. So, instead of worrying about being exposed and then falling out, it's better to cultivate your inner strength early on, becoming someone who is engaging, entertaining, and assertive no matter where they are. Only then can you truly establish yourself in the entertainment industry and thrive. Recently, Dilireba appeared on the variety show Hello Saturday to promote her new drama The Legend of the Condor Heroes. Unexpectedly, her performance on the show went viral before the show even aired. Not only did the single episode's views soar from 30 million to 60 million, but it also generated a ton of memes and famous moments, like being teased by Hee-jeong about being so arrogant and forming a gaming duo with Chen Xingxu, which was hilarious. This episode of Hello Saturday featured the 3 stars of The Legend of the Condor Heroes, Dilireba, Chen Xingxu, and Zhang Li. Looking at the cast, I expected it to be a show full of good looks, but it turned out to be a show full of variety. Dilireba made a fool of herself right after her arrival. The production team asked her to choose a teammate, and the rule was to turn her back to the person she wanted to choose. The woman didn't understand a thing and stood there in bewilderment. Teacher, he couldn't help but tease, Reba, you're so arrogant. The whole audience burst into laughter, and she finally realized what was happening. She squatted on the ground, covering her face with her hands and laughing. It was genuine and adorable. But despite the somewhat dull beginning, Reba got more and more excited later on. During the question-answering session, she and Tan Jianxi formed the hot-blooded idiot team. As soon as the questions were announced, the two of them frantically rushed to answer them. Although they rarely got any answers right, their excitement, jumping and shouting, and making images one after another, was exactly like me during an exam when I was so confident but got all the answers wrong. The comments were full of comments like Reba's variety show skills have improved so much. And I used to think she was aloof, but it turns out she's just a bit of a goofball. Chen Xingxu, on the other hand, was a completely different character. On the show, he seemed always a step behind the times and had a slight stutter, earning him several ribbons from Hee-jeong and Yang Di. During a segment that required a quick reaction, he froze in place, looking bewildered. Yang Di couldn't stand it anymore and said, "Xingxu, why don't we wake up first?" It was both hilarious and heartbreaking. You could tell the younger brother was genuinely nervous and lacked variety show experience, but he still tried his best to cooperate, like a clumsy, overgrown puppy. Zhang Li was also there, but her performance was a bit surprising this time. When the camera focused on her, her face looked incredibly tense, her cheeks unnaturally full, and her expressions felt awkward. Compared to Reba's natural, lively face next to her, the difference was even more pronounced. It's not that she's not beautiful, but that technical look can easily distract from the show. Luckily, we still have Yang Di and Tan Jianxi, the two main variety show stars. Yang Di really knows how to control the situation. Seeing that Chen Xingxu and Reba's team was clearly weak, He proactively suggested splitting them up to balance their strengths. He also frantically created and connected gags, and he essentially stole the show. Tan Jianxi, as captain this time, while somewhat dramatic, livened up the atmosphere. He and Teacher He had excellent chemistry, frequently offering impromptu performances and setting the pace. Honestly, Dilireba deserves significant credit for this episode's success. She was relaxed and playful, unpretentious and unforced. She laughed heartily when she made a mistake and cheered enthusiastically when she won. Her natural confidence was incredibly endearing. It's no wonder the show's viewership doubled. After all, who doesn't love watching beautiful women act silly? But then again, while Chen Xingxu's variety show performances may be average, he's an actor by trade. His new drama, Kinglooki Kingran, with Dilireba, is about to air. The theme is similar to the hit Saito, a story of alien races, revenge, and mysterious powers. He plays a complex and deeply emotional character in the drama, and has numerous scenes opposite Dilireba. Hopefully, he can redeem his silly and innocent image from variety shows with his acting skills. Overall, this episode of Hello Saturday once again proves that there's a real mystery to actors appearing on variety shows. Some people are naturally gifted with variety shows, like Dilireba, who quickly gained fans while appearing on the show. Others, like Chen Xingxu, are at a disadvantage. Despite his impressive acting skills, his social anxiety is immediately apparent on variety shows. But that's okay, audiences are becoming more rational these days. Whether a variety show's performance is good or not doesn't affect their viewing of a drama. As long as the show is good, everything is fine. Finally, I'd like to ask everyone, did you watch this episode of Hello Saturday? Were you amused to death by Dilireba, or were you struck by Chen Xingxu's naivete? Whose performance are you most excited for in the new drama The Heroes of Qingsoil? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section.